and so. And so what? And so this is the life that we live. Food's going up, jobs not paying, people don't want to work. Government sucks. And so this is how we live. Carjackings, killings. Corporate America screwing its workers. Corporate America is eating away at the flesh of the citizens. Every man for himself. This is the life we live. This is the life we live. Why? Why is this the life we live? Why does this country enslave its people? Why do we choose to be enslaved? Why do we enslave ourselves? This is the life that we live. We take, and we never give. I'm not reciting to you poetry, I'm just telling you what's on my mind. Don't know if we're living like men or we're living like swine. Whatever happened to heavenly bliss and peace? Whatever happened to helping your fellow man and woman out? What happened to uplifting one another and speaking kind words? What happened to being thoughtful of your family and your wives and your husbands and your kids and your neighbors and your community? And I wouldn't do this because this is going to affect my neighborhood or my community. What happened to those minds? What happened to, oh, I'm going to tell your mama you did this. You remember those old ladies who used to always rat and tell your grandmama and your mama and your aunties, or if somebody saw you, Mr. So-and-so would step in and tell your parents or something, or whatever. What happened to that? What happened to respecting one another's property and respecting one another's heart and respecting one another's feelings? What happened to empathy? People used to care about your feelings and how you felt, and people were generally mean. What I want to say is people would generally ask you how you doing. They want to know how you doing, not because of gossip or to find out what's going on in your life so they can slander or defame you, just because they want to put some positive input into your mind. What happened to I would just call them just say how you was doing? Or what happened to, hey, I'm praying for you and your family. Stay prayerful. What happened to those words? What happened to let's go on a retreat? Let's go meditate. What happened to family dinners and family movie nights? What happened to the neighborhood functions? What happened to the world? What happened to the black community? The black community strong point is family. And this is why the Europeans, they attacked the African American family structure. That was a plot of theirs. That's their motive. They attacked our family structure. Our families are trash based on how our families used to be back in our grandmama days and great grandmama days and great grandmama days. Our family unit, we just came through a grandmother. That's what it is. You know, there's no ties and no relationships and no discernment, no empathy. There's none of that. We just happen to be born in the same family bloodline. That's all it is. But blood doesn't make you family. It's more than blood. So, what happened to that? What happened to cousins kicking it? What happened to uncles giving their nephews and knowledge and inspiration to be strong and to be faithful and stay in relationships and how to do this and how to do that? When things are tight, they help their nephews out. And what happened to the big brothers? What happened to the brotherhood, the sisterhood? What happened to all that shit, man? What happened to love your neighbor like you love yourself? What happened to I'm my brother's keeper? What happened to the queens? Now, a woman used to be a queen, a goddess, and now she just a random bitch, a whore, a slut, because that's what she labeled herself as, but that's not what she really is. We're talking about mothers of civilization. We're talking about the original healer, the black woman. When a man was down and out, hey, the woman was there to lift her man up. God made that system like that, and vice versa. The man was there for his woman, not just sexually or financially, but spiritually, the spiritual God. What happened to the spirituality and relationships and family? What happened? This is the way we live. We have no morals, no fiber, no standards. We just work. We buy. We party. We hide. And we pass away. What happened? What happened? What happened to I feel your pain when you hurt, I hurt? What happened to that? What happened to I fell on my feet and I need you to give me some grace? Not from the government, your bill collector, your family, friends, and loved ones. People don't care anymore. And if something is on your mind, who can you really talk to but your creator? Now, there's some people who will hear you and give you good guidance and inspiration and all that good stuff, but that is very, very, very rare in the world today. I realize that. But with all the madness in the world, is there really a cure? Or is humanity so diseased? D-I-S. Disease. Is humanity so diseased that we cannot cure this cancer? This stage 4 cancer that society has. There's not a therapy that can help us. Or is there? Are we so far gone? Are we immobile? Has the sickness immobilized us to where we're just comfortable knowing that we would die soon? And all we're trying to do is fulfill desires and wishes before we check out to check in. What happened? What happened to me and you and I, the black community? What happened? What happened to our hearts? What happened to our neighborhoods? What happened to us? Why did we fall off? You wanna know why we fell off? Because we got caught up in trying to achieve the success of our oppressors. Our oppressors knew that our strength was family. They knew our strength was family and neighborhood. We were in tribes and we had family structures and we looked out for each other. We had so much power being one family. And then they took it all away from us and we fell into the Kool-Aid. They turned the black man against the black woman, the husband against the wife, the boyfriend against the girlfriend, the children against the parents. This is all in your scripture. When they say all of this stuff, and the father will be against the son, and the mother, that's in your scripture. These people have done this to our community. Now look at us. We overweight, we addicted to drugs, we alcoholics, we in poverty. We out of shape, we mentally unhealthy, we spiritually unhealthy. And we were the mothers and fathers of fucking civilization. Mad science, languages, astrology, agriculture, spirituality, religion, education, you name it. We did that for the better of our people, for us. And look at us now, at the hands of the people who oppressed us. We're at the hands of our own self too. We oppress ourselves because we won't connect to our creator in the universe, because that's not important right now. The only thing important is that I gotta make it. I gotta survive in the world that's trying to keep me spiritually disconnected from the universe. We forever live because we are the universe. We are so big but make ourselves so small, trying to achieve all this unnecessary bullshit and putting ourselves through all this unnecessary stress and depression and hurt and pain and trying to figure what and out and all this bullshit. Man, it's about time. By the time surely man is in law, except those who believe and do good deeds and push one another to do good to one another. I'm not preaching or reciting poetry or nothing like that. It just, I think about this stuff. When I see a bird peaceful, flying, sitting on a pole, with his wings out flapping, not worrying about anything, just doing this rolling creation. And here we are, we worrying about the next meal we gonna eat, what we gonna train, can we afford this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. I'm so unhappy, I need this, I want this. And the rest of creation has not a worry in the fucking world. Because they know the Creator will sustain them and keep them on the path that they're supposed to be on. But we, oh my God, what's wrong with us? What happened? It hurts my heart to see us like this, man. Like, I think about this shit so much, man. And I personally don't see it getting any better, because we not even trying to end this shit. We just letting this shit grow and 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 grow. It has consumed our community so much. And our oppressors know this. Like, what's really going on, man? I guess I'm one of those people that care too much. I do, because I care about the well-being of people, physically and spiritually and financially. But most of all spiritually, because that's what really counts the most. And if you're spiritually on the right path, whatever that is, and if you're spiritually connected, or if you're just connected to the universal creator, I in my heart believe that everything will be alright if you follow the natural flow of the universe. Not all that extra shit that they tell us, you know, like man, be bigger than a 9 to 5 and all that other crazy shit, man. Like, we really are a part of this whole creation, man. And to be sitting here sad and depressed and wondering when's coming for our help, it's like really mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me. Like, it really disturbs my peace because I just don't understand how we got like this and how, why is the world like this? Like, what's the reason for this shit? The world is so deplorable, man. Like, but for what? Like, what individual, as sick as they are, enjoy doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like this 1%. Like, what the fuck? Like, we we can't we can't stand up to the 1%. We can't make our own lives. Like, we gotta be governed by people who don't give a shit about you. Why is the government in your marriage? Why is the government in your spiritual whatever? If we were on this planet, every living thing has a home that's provided to them by the Creator. Why are we homeless? Why are we drinking dirty water? Why are we killing each other? If we all one person and all connected, like you say, then what the fuck? It's supposed to be 2022, maybe. That's what they tell us. We don't know what time it is. They tell us anything and we believe it. I just know that we have to get better because the cycle has to stop, and we have to teach our children to come up off this bullshit. Our parents didn't do it. They didn't. The diet our parent ate wasn't good. So now our generation, we have obesity issues. And now that we have all this knowledge and access to information, and we see, oh, this causes this and that causes that. Okay, my children are not eating like this or doing this because this is why my mama had this and my grandmama had this and I am like this. It has to stop. A scholar said a woman affects 300 years of her bloodline. And that's like, what? Is that a sexist statement? Is bigotry? I don't know. But think about it. So the scholar said if a woman eats bad, she will feed her children bad. And the diet that she feed her children, when her children have children, it get passed along. And so whatever the mother installs in the child as for diet and health issues, the children pass it along. And it goes from generation to generation. So if Madea was an unhealthy woman and had this issue and you see it, you will correct it in your offspring to try to minimize it from going from generation to generation. But we don't do that. That's my grandmama pork chop recipe right there. So like we passed on shit like hypertension and diabetes and just the mindset of enslavement. Our parents and grandparents and great grandparents were really fucked up in the head, and you have to agree with this. Some of them were good, strong people, but their mind was programmed on some slavery shit. And they didn't wean us off that, and we just pass that along to our children. But not to the point that I don't even know if our children are even spiritual beings, because today's youth is wild, man. I thought we was some wild, man, holy fucking shit. You know, a lot has changed. The black woman has changed a lot. The black man has changed a lot too. And our change is so fucking noticeable that, like, if you look at it, like, that black love ain't there no more. It's not, man. And that really bothers me, because I want to see better for all of our people. I do. I know that I'm an eternal being, and that my flesh is finite. I will get rid of this flesh too. But see, my spirit and my energy, my life force, will live forever. Outside of this dimension, this is something I never want to repeat again. Nah. And so we rise and we growing to be better people, individuals, but we need each other to be better. I can't be better.